Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict, right? And as you can tell by today's thumbnail, on 5. Real nifty, man. We're going to talk about it. This man blew up. He blew up. He did it on his own merits. He handled his business. He got into the YouTube game, whatever you want to call it, YouTube Landia. And this Vato did his issue, right? And continues to blow up, man. I ain't mad at him. I ain't hating. See, I'm not like other people. I don't hate, homes. At the same time, in a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to talk about it. That one and only. Today I got time, cuz. C-Mac, right? Big C-Mac versus the Hoovers, right? You know the Vato got Hoover K on his head. And all kinds of crazy shit. You know, Vato's a little bit different. You know, he's a little bit different. But trip out on this. Let's talk about the history of Hoovers, right? The history of Hoovers, the history of the O's, and different Crip gangs out there in South Central LA. A lot of people don't know about. See, I had the privilege of doing time with these Vatos. I had the privilege of doing time, being incarcerated with some heavy hitters, some real righteous individuals. As a youngster down in Fresnillas, I did time with Vatos from 11 Deuce Hoover, A Trey Hoover, 7 4s, 9 4s, 111, all that, you know. Hoovers, and I go as far back to 1991, 92, when Vatos were still Crips. Yes, they were Crippin', man. It was Hoover Crip Gang, HCG. And I remember I had a lot of cool-ass homeboys, man, from A-Trey Gangster Crips, and that was their rivals at the time. So I would see a lot of predicaments, man, where they go behind the hammer court and handle their business. There'd be a lot of Crip-on-Crip activity happening, a lot of blue-on-blue is what you would call it. They were handling business. You know, each group segment was, and it was nothing to see a couple Cripas go behind the hammer court and get theirs on. You know, of course, there never was no melees or no riots or nothing real big that ever came of it. It was just pretty much, hey, you killed my partner killed your partner, and his partner killed that partner. And it was what it was. They'd go behind the hammer court or in the latrine area or wherever you could find some blinas and handle your business. But I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot between the 60s, the O's, and Hoovers. You know, they used to beef extensively, heavily, man. A lot of different mixes. You know, it seemed like the Hoovers were against everybody. All the different Crip factions. Now, of course, they had some allies, I would guess you would say. And a lot of people, you know, got along with them. They were cool people. You know, I met some Hoovers. Shout out to Chinaman from Hoover. Madman. Just a lot of different Hoovers that I ran into. Snoop from A-Trey Hoover. Righteous individual. But at the same time, you know, they were Crippin'. They were Crips. And I remember about the same time that the Bulldogs separated from the Norteños is about the same time that Hoovers dropped the Crip and started claiming HCG, Hoover Criminal Gang, right? They started claiming Crim. They were criminals. Orange Spaniels came into play later on. I don't know what that was exactly about, and I can't sit here and say that I know. But I'm saying they picked up the orange rag, dropped the blue rag, and started claiming Hoover Criminal Gang. And to each their own, man. Each group faction, each group segment, each gang, man, has their own agenda and their own ways of doing their things. And I'm not here to disrespect on any level, right? Anyways, so my history with Hoover Crips or Hoover Criminals is pretty extensive. You know, I got along with a lot of them. I did a lot of time with them. And they were just, for the most part, real cool people. You know, I never seen them disrespect anybody without handling their business. You know, they weren't to be slept on. They were definitely with the business, definitely down to handle their shit. But as well was all the Crips. You know, there was a lot of Cripas there at that time. I remember, man, it seemed like the Sangres, the Bloods, weren't as deep as the Crips. You know, I always looked at the Bloods as kind of like the Norteños, vice versa, meaning that they were like kind of like us, man. There wasn't too many of them. What there was, you know, they were pretty about their business. I met Vatos from Denver Lanes, met Vatos from Black Peace Stones. I met Vatos from fucking Fruit Town. Anywhere you could think of, the Jungles, South Central, Crenshaw Mafia. Shout out to Lil Lunch Meat. There were some real ones, okay? And I ran into them and I did time with them, and they were always cool people. But let's move ahead. On 5. Few months back, man, I'm tripping out. I'm starting my YouTube thing, starting my YouTube channel, and just tripping out on all the different various characters that are on YouTube. And I say characters and not to disrespect anyone, but there's a lot of different characters. A lot of people put on fronts, you know, to act more intelligent than they really are. Or a lot of people act funny. They're comedic. They're comedy. There's a lot of people that are real righteous in the way that they carry themselves. There's a lot of people that aren't. There's just a lot of things that go on into YouTube, and it's pretty much an entertainment channel for the entertainment of the people. For the people, by the people, just like the gun. Bang, bang. I'm here for the people. At the same time, I seen this Vato Crip Mac, and this Vato came out of, oh, you five me, right? And just his speech pattern, just the way he talked, just the way he carried himself, and a lot of different other things, I never had seen nothing like it. This man hit the nail right on the head. This man was right on. Today I got right on time, cuz. Today he was right on time. He was what the people needed at the time, some type of entertainment, and the man was just being himself. Now, I can't sit here and say he's being a character, he's faking the funk, he's doing any of that, because, hey, at the end of the day, it's not about respect for this individual, his push, his motivation, his hustle. The man got supreme hustle, right? I actually had a friend tap in with him. I was trying to do an interview. He said, for 555, cuz? I said, oh, shit, that ain't nifty, right? But I understand his hustle. You know, I ain't mad at him. At the end of the day, it's all about achieving and progressing towards one goals and coming up. You know, if it ain't about dollars, it don't make sense. And orale, everybody likes feria. So you know what it is. But this vato at the same time, sometimes it seems like he's just off the chain, off the hook, right? Now, I understand in South Central LA, in that area, homes, it's a gang-banging capital, bro. You got to be in it to win it. It's all about the gang-bang, homes. It's all about your hood. It's all about your calle. It's all about your barrio. It's all about survival. And you got to understand, man, the makeup of LA, these hoods are simultaneously stacked on top of each other. It's boom, 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 big, boom, 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 boom. They're all back to back. In a menudo style, man, vatos are out there smacking your shit back, handling their business. Not to say that any other city ain't doing the same exact thing, but these guys are so compressed into one box, homes, that there's a different hood, a different street, a different agenda on every different spot of the fucking part of LA, you know? That's just how it is. And it's been like that for several years. You know, the crippin' on crippin' is real, the bloodin' on bloodin', the sureño on sureño, whatever the case may be, man. Barrios have some type of friction and tension just based on what they have, man. They have enemigas and they proceed as such and they handle their business. It's been happening. It's going to continue to happen. Ain't nothing going to stop it, homes. The gangs in LA will never die. What do you say? Just multiply. Orale, colors. This is just how it is. But anyone that knows the history into the O's or 5-5, that guy and the Hoovers and all that, know that they're bitter rivals, bitter enemies. So this vato, the 5-5 Crip, felt that if no other reason he should get this derogatory term on his head, because that's how he felt. That's what he truly believes. He's a true believer in fuck what you guys are going through and all that. Right now, I'm not here to disrespect one way or the other, him or them, because at the end of the day, man, I have respect for both teams, right? And at the same time, I have no horse in the race. I could care less, you know. I hope that everyone performs to the best of their abilities and handles their business and gets it off their chest. But this guy came fucking on YouTube like a firestorm, vato. And the vato really is everything he says he is. You know, he goes to county, handles bit. I got my tooth knocked out, cut, right? On 5. He 5'd me. Yeah, he definitely 5'd you. He hit you with a 5-piece extra crispy with a side order of circus sauce. Man, wasn't that 4-piece Popeyes you're used to? But at the same time, brother, it was there. You know, it happened. But the vato didn't come out trying to dodge bullets and shake and bake and make up excuses. He said, I went in there and his hands was nifty and he 5'd me. And that was it. You know, the 5-5 Crip took it on the chin and kept it pushing, or the tooth. Either way, it happened. But he picked up right where he left off. This man got out of jail feeling some type of way about the Hoovers and continued with the disrespect, continued with pushing his agenda and his movement. And for that, I can't be mad at him. You know, now I'm not trying to utilize his name for clickbait. I'm not trying to utilize his picture, and I'm not trying to utilize his fame and jump on his bandwagon. Absolutely not. I just think, looking at it, man, from the outside looking in, that this story is a story. It's a good story, man. It's some guy that achieved from nothing. Some guy that's right now, as we speak in the present day, he's continuing to climb that ladder, man. Getting interviews, doing his thing, and I definitely ain't mad at it, man. I love your progression, brother. I love the way you do it. I love your communication skills. I love the act that you put on, whether it's an act or not, Holmes. I love the whole shtick. I love the way you're doing it. After you're handling your business. At the same time, I will say that getting tattoos of derogatory nature on your head and disrespectful terms, you could find yourself gone. Okay, you could find yourself on 5. You know what I mean? It could definitely go backwards. But if you're a true believer in what you believe, you know, the shit ain't for the weary, Humps. Not everyone is cut from the same cloth. This man is a true believer in what he believes, and he's going to continue like that. And that's cool. That's fine and dandy. You know, that's his political makeup within the gang realm, man. But this man has the potential and the progression to be something big. I see it. And I just want to say, brother, Do your thing. You know, hopefully any of your transgressions, any of the enemigas that you did dirty in the back in the past, don't catch up to you, man. You continue to prosper and shine, my brother. You know, I gotta say that. Now, with that being said, I will say, and in that, you know, where were your antennas when the Hoovers were over there plotting and planning? The Hoover gang is real. Okay, the Hoover gang is real. And for them to be seeing this man with what he has on his head and the way he acts and the disrespectful terms and derogatory nature that he does it in, I would think that they're feeling some type of way. I would think that they're feeling like, no, today I got time, cuz, right? No, we're going to fight, we're going to Levin Deuce you. You know what I mean? The Hoovers are different, bro. They're not your average gang in LA. They are very deep, comprised of a lot of different streets, a lot of different cliques, a lot of different areas, and have tended to hold their own for several years. One of the older Crip gangs from Los Angeles in that area. And they're not only in LA, they're spread out. Homes, you got Hoovers and shit. I remember some Hoovers in Merced. It was crazy, right? You got Hoovers everywhere, bro. They're basically nationwide, or at least on the West Coast. That I know of as a fact. And they'll smack your dome back. They'll smack your shit backwards, frontwards, and all. It's like this and like that and like that. And they're not playing, bro. You know, so when I see this guy, the 5'5" Crip, using these terms he uses, these derogatory terms towards them, I just think and wonder, damn, brother, you know what I mean? I know you have beliefs and I know you're active and about your business and the Crippin' is real with you, but at the same time, man, you might want to stop and think about it because, you know, shade comes in all different shades and all different colors and sizes. You know, you just never know when the orange rag gonna pull up on you one time for your mind, man. It's ugly. You know, not to say that this man ain't about it and won't handle his own, because South Scape shit, I'm a true believer in the Crip Mac is about his crippin', right? Definitely. But it's just a trip to see this YouTube shit go on and to see this guy coming up and to see everything that he's doing. You know, like I said, man, he figured out the recipe. He figured out the puzzle. He put his piece in, Hums, and put it all together. And for that, man, it respects, brother. Definitely respects, you know. But him versus Hoovers, and I necessarily called it him versus Hoovers, but at the same time, it's basically C-Mac versus everybody. You know, in life, I'm sure he's having to deal with all the haters. He's having to deal with the trolls and the frivolousness that comes with YouTube and even life in general. You know, people hating on him because they're not feeling his style, feeling his language, the way he talks, the way he presents himself, the way he carries himself. But at the same day, man, that man is a true man that's out there hustling for his familia and doing what he has to do to stay up out them streets, to stay up out jail, and do it in a way that he knows how to do it. Don't hate Vato Sasuke, congratulate in a Crip way. And in that fashion, right? So nothing but love for C-Mac, nothing but love for what you got going on. But Trip Out, I will say this, that I've heard, you know, a lot of people speaking on his name. I've heard a lot of people that slander him and a lot of people that just hate, just based on the fact that this man is coming up, you know? Well, he's just trying to do his own thing, bro. At the end of the day, most of these people on YouTube, myself included, we're just trying to do our own thing, bro. We're not trying to step on anyone's toes. You know, we get on people's radars, their agendas. They want to fucking defecate on people's characters, talk all this high-powered shit, think they're somebody that they're not. And at the end of the day, they get other frivolous characters to join their little team, and boom, boom, bang, bang. You know, it is what it is. There's no loyalty in the game. I've learned that quite recently, in fact. Just definitely no loyalty. You know, people can feel however they want to feel. At the end of the day, you know, those are your feelings. Hope they don't get hurt. And that's what it is, you know. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I got a little heart like the Grinch, and it's barely there, bro. And it's black at that. I could give a fuck less, you know. But being heartless can get you killed. Well, so I was scared. Then I guess that will be the reason then. Anyways, I just trip out on everything that's going on with C-Mac. Like I said, I watch him, the performance he puts on, the little spills. This man has figured out the game, and for that respects. Now, the Hoovers, on the other hand, like I said, they've been very well established. Their game has been figured out. You know what they're about, man. They're a very old school, old style gang, but they have a lot of youngsters that are with the business. You know, it's generational. A lot of gangs in Califas, California, are generational. They just didn't start yesterday. If you started a gang yesterday wearing the Pink Panther pants, the fucking Castle Grayskull t-shirt, and a fucking Weird Al Yankovic hat, Homes, you're trying to take it back to the 80s, but doing nowadays, it's not working. Let that shit go, right? These vatos are generational. There's a lot of hoods, a lot of audios that are very generational, and you got different generations, and they're laced up a certain way. Each gang has its own rules and regulations. Each barrio, each hood has its own way of doing things. Everybody's different, bro. Whereas everybody's the same. We're all the same, gente. We're all brown, black, white, whatever the case may be. But we might have different mind frames, different mind states, different ways of doing things. And, we grow up in different areas, man. And there might be a language. They might say blood over here. They might say the N word over here. They might say esse over here or ene or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, man, it's all the same damn thing, man. We're all gente. We're all people, right? We're just trying to come up. Everybody just wants to put food on the table, so let's get Thanksgiving's coming. You're going to put a turkey on the table? Shit, on 5, right? They're just trying to do it. I'm sure he's trying to do the same thing. But there's a threshold. There's a line, Holmes. There's a linea in the sand. It's invisible. That's where people get it twisted. There's an invisible line in the sand. And when you cross it, Holmes, there's no going back. Okay, there's no going back. You can't just cross the linea and decide, oh, you know what? I fucked up. Oh, shit. There was only one toe, though. Can I get the pass? No, you can't get not a fucking pass. I don't give a fuck if it's a quarter of a toenail that went over that linea. Once you cross that linea, you cross over that line, Holmes, it's done, it's done. What's said is said. What's happened is going to happen, right? Or whatever happened. That's just the way life is in general, So you got to toe that line, Holmes, if you're going to be right there. Or stand way far back from that motherfucker because you ain't ready. That's what you have to do in life. And I'm speaking to everybody out there, man. Go about your daily life, Holmes. Work, provide for your children. Stay out the limelight because the limelight might shine too bright on you. Target practice. It's ugly. You don't want that. I don't want that. I definitely don't need that. And I know a lot of people don't either. But it seems like the 5'5" Crip, man, with this tattoo he has on his head, and he's all up in the limelight, man. I just hope, man, that nothing happens bad to this individual. I just hope that he lives to shine another day. I just hope, man, that he stays winning, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. It's about the progression of everyone's self and coming up. Coming up. Straight up, man. They say money is the root of all evil. Well, then you ain't never had any. Straight up. Real talk. But them Hoovers, on the other hand, like I said, man, they've been doing what they've been doing. And we'll just see how long this plays out with this guy being disrespectful to them, man. I hope, like, in the end, man, everybody wins. Everyone's able to see it, laugh about it, and just go on and push on. Because at the end of the day, bro, I think it's all about just, trying to progress. That's it, for everybody. But, in the gang lifestyle, man, in them hoods, in them streets, in them barrios, man, on them territories, on them blocks, people take shit disrespectful and very, very serious. There's some that just like to have fun with it, and they're just, man, hey, man, I didn't mean that shit. I was just chilling, today, 5 on 5, they're gonna 5 your ass, and they're gonna do real nifty and get up out of there. Oh, they're gonna be on 55th Street, cuz, doing their shit, moving. That's just what it is. There are some people that are very serious, man. They're true believers, and they're really with their cause. They're really with the activities. They're really with the business, And you never know who it is, It could be some dude walking looking like the motherfucking Pink Panther, Holmes. And then he might pull out a Cuerno Chivo, and it might be game over. Flip, game over. And that's it. In that fashion, menudo, and in that style. Anyways, man, I just wanted to let C-Mac know, man, I love your style, love the way you're doing your thing. It's C-Mac versus Hoovers, but at the same time, it's C-Mac versus everybody on 5. Motherfuckers is coming for your crown. Hey, but at the same time, man, we're happy that you're doing your thing. I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about you and how you do your thing, man. Everyone could do it differently. Don't disrespect anyone. Don't get in anyone's mix. Don't talk frivolous about characters you don't really know, Holmes. And at the end of the day, man, just stay moving and grooving for your people only. Because that's the motherfuckers that are going to have your back. I hope you like and subscribe. I hope you like this. Maybe this, man, I thought C-Mac were going to be on here, Gunner. Maybe one day, man, if I got 555 to give them, which I don't because I ain't got money like that. Everyone thinks I'm winning, but I'm barely staying afloat. It is what it is. I'm a normal person just like everyone else. Anyways, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. Like I say, go out there, hustle, man. Get yours. It's all about the raza unity. You know what it is, man. We've been doing it. Hey, and watch C-Mac. That motherfucker is hilarious on 5. Bang, bang, the gun.